Hi guys, welcome to another Computing Corner video, and in this video we're going to be looking at the analysis of Windows 3, and then we'll also look at later on down the line as to how it all evolved, and then we'll look at those systems later on down the line as well. But before we do all that, we need to set up the foundation of all of this to make sure that it all works. So we're going to set up DOS 6. Let me restart that. I apologise for this, I'm going to be out of sync. And then I'm just going to, because I couldn't replace this. Okay, now right, it's stuck at 12% anyway. So it's probably a good job I did restart the machine. And then we've got then okay, so this is going to be interesting. There we go. DOS 6. I did try and set this up off screen with DOS 6.22, but then that didn't work because there's some high mem involved in that, and I then found out the original Windows 3 doesn't have that. So let's remove the floppy. And there we go. It starts up a lot faster than 6.22 did. Basically because it was trying to find something that wasn't there. Next thing I wanted to look at was the DOS shell. Help if I can spell. And that's what that looks like. There's no mouse, but there is a second hard drive, which I've then put in that as well. But I do want to get rid of that. And can't change that. I shall probably do that off screen. So then we'll come out of that. Or will we? No, I'm going to set up Windows 3 from here. Reconnect the floppy, and we'll do Windows 3. There it is. This one's got 7 disks. And there we go. The setup program for Microsoft Windows version 3 prepares Windows to run on your computer. Well, that is all very well. I already know how to do the setup. I will still take you through the setup stages. Need to make a few changes. That one, and English International. And now I need disk 2. Had a bit of a momentary lapse in for a moment. Sorry about that, guys. And we have the setup for Windows 3. I don't know whether or not you noticed, but when you looked at the setup leading up to this stage of Windows 3, you would have noticed that it was on a blue background instead of a black one. But of course, if you press F5, you can turn it black. But look at the setup of what we've got here for Windows 3. It's definitely a lot better than the DOS ones that we had from Windows 1 and 2 respectively. And we've got a mouse as well. We need disk 3 already. I don't think anything happened at this point. Tried setting this up with DOS 7 and it came to a BSOD after inserting the 6th disk. So something tells me that this was either not made for DOS 7 or I did something wrong in the settings. But we shall find out. So I did settle for DOS 6 in the end. We're looking for disk 6 of Windows 3. Okay, that's done. And it says, in order for Windows to be installed optimally, setup needs to modify your config and auto exec files. Yes, we will do that. Well, I always let setup do the changes for me. And I think this is where we need disk 7. So we go for generic text only. There we go. So yeah, this is where we need disk 7. And that takes care of that. And now we have to search all the drives. This is what we found on DOS. We'll add all of those. And then we'll return back to DOS just for a moment. So then we can then just double check to see that it worked. I mean, it should work. It did work. And now we'll go into Windows and look at that. We've got a GUI background with a window that's much smaller than that, what you'd expect in Windows 2. Welcome to Windows 3. We've got an enhanced memory that would explain why we couldn't find anything on that. This is where we need a DOS. Quickly go into international because I want to change that to UK. It's amazing how everything just changes about. Because if you have a look at this, that's what the date format looks like. 15th of February 2025. That's Taiwan. That's what the American one looks like. And then this is the UK. It goes to pound. And 24 hours. Can't initialize ports, that's not a problem. Okay. Let's go back to that. And what's even better is we can just we can personalize the computer as well. So we've got default, Arizona, Bordeaux, that's the one I most likely go for. There's designer, fluorescent, monochrome, that's just black and white, ocean, patchwork, rugby, pastel, wingtips. I'm actually going to go for wingtips this time. And also, the one thing that I'd have noticed while I was looking into that, I'll close this. If I minimize the screen, it comes up as a program manager down at the bottom. And you can now move them up and about. You can essentially move the icons about. I mean, yeah, they'll snap to a grid, mind you. And that's how you end the task. Let's look at the accessories as well. We've even got a recorder on here as well. Another thing I wanted to look at, just while I think about it, because I hadn't fully done the personalising of this computer. One thing I do want to look at while I'm thinking about it is, let's reconnect the floppy, because I've got a hardware disk which I wanted to look at. This is what became MS Sans Serif. That's what the font, that's the font there. No association. How are you supposed to set this up on Windows 3? Let's try the second one. They're the drivers. Readme.first. So how am I supposed to do hardware when this doesn't let me? That sounds like a mystery that needs to be solved. One thing I do want to do, and that's take you into this. Now that is rather interesting. They've changed my fonts. I think we've got different fonts. Or the Helvetica's not showing up for some reason or another, and I can't change it either. So I guess then I just have to go for modern. Which looks really rather weird. What does Roman look like? And Times Roman's not there either. You know what? I'm going to come back to that. There's my Win version so far. That's what WordPad looks like. Well, it's called right at this time of the system. Let's look at another accessory. Paintbrush. Now, if you minimize this down straight away, that's what the logo looks like. And this is quite a bit of a contrast. In the previous versions of Windows, you were only able to paint in black. Now look at what you've got. And you can change the brush sizes as well. It's really rather slowly, so don't do that. You can still only undo one move at a time. Try not to jog myself. I'm going to go back to this one. Whoops. I guess I'm committed. That end looks really weird. It's difficult to really see yellow on the screen like that. But it's definitely a welcome change. It actually undoes everything. I'm just going to have a look at this. Yeah, you just rub that out. And I'm going to put 0.0 in there as well. And then I'm going to do an Amy Winehouse and go back to black. That line looks really weird. There we go. And then we'll go back to black. Oh! That's an interesting way to do background colour. I don't know what's even worse. I don't know what was worse. It also amazes me how well they've. It also amazes me as to how much these programs have evolved. Really does. And that looks a lot better than what I had before. Let's do the usual triangle. This is really a rectangle. You can no longer do triangles on here, not straight up, not automatically. You can do them. like that. And then I'll just quickly check the font. So see what the Helvetica one looks like. Whoops. Yeah, I'm going to have fun poked up for that. Right, let's save this. Put it into D. And then we'll call it Win 30. Because, yeah, look at this. Yeah, no more than 8 characters. So we'll have to call it Win 30 for now. Now we'll come out of that. I'm going to go into Notepad. And come up with an HTML web page. Whoops. It would help if I could spell. And then I'll just save that. Can I save this as an HTML file? Nope, not a valid file name. Right, well in that case then we'll have to call it HTM. And then see if it works. No association exists for this data file. Well, there will be one eventually. And then what we'll do is when I get to the part where we can do long file names, I'll make these more meaningful. And that's everything. We'll come out of that for now. I say we'll come up. Yeah, we're going to set up some programs. Hardware one didn't work. That's not a problem. I think I'm going to have to go into the filing cabinet and find it that way. Operating systems. No, we want Microsoft Office 2.5. We'll do Word first. Put that over there to ensure easier access. You can't actually do anything with that. So I guess Office is out of it for now. So let's move on to the next one, which is Works. Microsoft Works 2, and it's 7 floppy disks. Oh, look at that. Can I put... I can. Darren's Computing Corner. Yeah. Write protected disk in... okay. There we go. And then you get to... I will do a complete install. I just want to be able to show you exactly what you're installing. Which is exactly all of that. And you've even got clip art as well. Let's click install. Okay, we need this too. Yeah, there are 7 disks here. 3. 4. 5. At least it's now showing you exactly where it's going as far as installing the software goes. We need this 6. Oh, look at that. So, well, we didn't even need disk 7. We'll return to Windows. Oh, wow. Close that one off. And we'll close that one off as well. I'll show you the calculator in a bit as well, because that's had some changes as well. But look at this. We want to see when that came out. It was, I'll have a look. 1991. Serial number, well, not really much needs to be done about that. Control A actually, then Control A then puts in a file name rather than doing the select all. But let's see what the fonts we've only got. We've only got 2 fonts. Let's come out of here. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I wanted to show you the calculator. But I just had a thought. Click cancel on that one. Just because I disconnected the floppy, for now I have. I also want to arrange icons. Let's have a look at what it looks like cascade wise. It's not doing anything. But that's just, yeah, I just can't see the whole thing. And those are the Windows applications that we had copied over from DOS. We'll close that off. And then we'll play some games. So let's do a bit of reverse here. I'm really bad at this usually. And also, this is the last version of Windows to have reversey. See how I do here. Going well so far. Try not to jinx it. Well, I did just jinx it. One of my friends actually said when I did the analysis of Windows 2 that this reminded him of Othello. I can see why. Because it's starting to give me that vibe as well. I lost by 24. So that would then be, I think, I lost by 24. 44-20. I'll do another one. And then I better move on because I've got other exciting things to look at. So this was proven to be a good trick. that was proven to be an effective way to start it off. And then it all falls apart when you realise that either one, you've made a bad move, or two, you suspect the computer's cheating. I've only won a couple of games in the history of me playing this, and I've been playing this sort of game for years because I've been analysing these systems for years. So I've lost by 20, so that would be the case of it being 42-22. Now let's come out of that, and this is a new game. Certainly at this time, this was launched. This was the first version of Windows to have solitaire. I'm loving these backgrounds. And look at that, that's moving as well. We're drawing 3. Let me just do the options. I'm going to draw 1. I'm going to be very much out of sync, and I must apologise in plenty of advance. That stopped animated. That stopped animating. I think it would have. I suspect it would have animated while I was drawing 3 cards. But now I'm only drawing the 1. I think that's when it stops. What do I know? We've got the 10 there, we put the 9 over there. Get 5 points for every card you put on the board, and 10 points for putting it up on these cells over here. Put that 6 down there. Now, I was able to do this in one go, which I was very impressed with. I thought it was actually a fluke. My mouse disappeared for a moment. 4. 3 and 2. Got a 9 of spades. There's another ace. I need a black 5. Let's see where I'll go with this one. There's the black 5 that I was after. There's another one. And there's the Jack of Hearts. Put the king down there. There's the last ace. Black Jack. Okay. Then we've got the 4 there. And 6. There's the black queen. king over there. I need a black 10. I also can do that. But I need a red 10 so I can then, let's say, maneuver that about. There's one thing I can do. And that's to do as many of these as I can. There's the 4, there's the 5, there's that. I'll put all the kings together. Right. Well, either the black 4 of spades is hidden either behind there, or it's one of these 4 remaining cards that needs to be turned. In the same way, we need the 6 of clubs. Right. Well, this is going to be a painful discovery. I've just lost 100 points. There's the black queen. The queen of clubs. There's the 4 of spades. So I was right about that. Question now is, can I do it in 2? Because every time I read deal, I lose 100 points. Or if you've got less than that, you lose all of them. That was a bad move. I've just seen the 9 of diamonds. Oh no. But there's the 7 of hearts. But if I can get... Well, there's a recovery. Just found the 9 of diamonds. Right, before I carry on with that, I need to find the 8 of spades. Found it. Got 600, I'm about to get 600 points. That's really slow.
Adam Hughes.
But, yeah. But join me back in a bit because I've got some exciting stuff. I've got another exciting program I want to share with you. And then I'll be able to then go through that and see what that does. And I'm back. And that's what happens when your best friend calls you in the middle of a video. Thanks, Adam. I really enjoyed that phone call. I'll look forward to doing a video chat with you after this video. So get back to this. I scored 600 points. That would have been 700 if I was able to do it in 1. Never mind. We've done reversey. We've done solitaire. I do remember saying I wanted to show you the calculator as well. We'll do that quickly now. Because even this has had an upgrade. Because you can now run a cumulative total as often as you want. Still can't do the 1000 separators, which would have helped at this stage. Unless that's not going to help. Never mind. But you do also have a scientific as well. So there's your hexadecimal, octal, and there's your binary. I mean, that is 1,000,000 in binary. Trying to write that down. That. Close it off. And then I'll close that as well, because we have another program I want to install, which is the very first version of Visual Basic. It's amazing how the programs have evolved over the years. Too bad we couldn't get Office to work. However, I think I might have an idea. I'm going to check Office 4.2 or 4.0 and see if this works on the original 3. Here's hoping that it does. Nope. That'd be a 3.1 thing. Well, it was a good idea while it lasted, but 2.5 doesn't have the setup files. So, yeah, that's not going to happen, unfortunately. Microsoft Office. No, we want Visual Basic 1. This has got 3 floppy disks. And type your full name or the name of the company that purchased Visual Basic. I'm going to put in my name. And then we click continue. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. It's hard to imagine. This came in at about 17.5 megabytes. And now you're looking at about 50, 60 gigabytes. If you select everything. Possibly even 70 gigabytes, depending on where you are. This is taking its time. Okay, so we're only at 5%, and it's already asking for disk 2. Bearing in mind we've only got 3 disks. This is taking a bit of time. Stuck at 86% because we're looking for the third. It's going to ask me for the third disk. It would be funny if they did that at 95, considering that they'd asked for the second disk at 5%. From 88 at the moment. Okay, now it's asking for the third disk, and they did that 88%. So it wasn't a 95 as I'd have thought it was, but he managed to do all of that on just one floppy disk, albeit the second one but this is taking a while. We'll job it back in a bit after this, and hopefully this will finish soon. And I'm back. This is what happens when you get too hasty. That's finished. Now, before we carry on, there's one thing I forgot to do. That's Microsoft Visual Basic. Close that one off as well. Let's get rid of that. Because I want to personalize this computer even further, which I managed to do the color scheme, but I haven't done the wallpaper. We'll do it as a tile as well. This is what the boxes looks like. And chess. I can run that now. I can use that. One of my favourite wallpapers of Windows 3. And now we'll go into Visual Basic. And see what we make of that. I mean, look at this. This is definitely something worth looking into. This would hopefully get me motivated enough so I can do this will give me motivation enough so that I can this will give me enough motivation in the sense of this will allow me to then work with that. That's control name. That's right. Can't name it 0. I was getting confused between that and the text. This is the very first one. Can't actually do read only on this one. I'm just wondering if you can align the text. You can't. No problem. There's the caption. I'm just going to call it example form. But I just and you can see the changes as you see the changes as you make them. I'll do a clear. Didn't want to do that. I will, after I have named it. And then we do close. This one would be number text dot text equals number text. Whoops. Dot text. Add 1. Oh, I've maximized it. That's why it's not doing anything. And then I'll just sort that out. Let me just move these over. Tidy this up a bit. Didn't want to do that. Didn't want to do that either. Can't do Control Z to undo. No. That will do it though. I am going to just go not 90, it's 0. And then we'll click that one and just go me.close. Now I'm trying to get rid of it. Let's run it. Right, I can't do a close on that then. Okay, let's run it. Type mismatch. At least with this, yeah, that's not going to help. Okay, let's close it. Going to exit out of that because there's not really much I can do with that. thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.